trillions of sea creatures killed for food to rescue, rehabilitate, and protect vulnerable animals. One such organization is Humane World for Animals India. Invisible suffering dividend. Cruelest practice inflicted upon the animals. Every day across India, countless animals face neglect, injury, abandonment, and cruelty. While many pass by these struggles unnoticed, dedicated organizations work tirelessly behind the scenes to rescue, rehabilitate, and protect vulnerable animals. One such organization is Humane World for Animals India, in short HWA India. Through rescue efforts, advocacy, education, and systemic reform, they are helping create a future where animals are treated with compassion and dignity. In this edition, we explore the mission, impact, and the meaningful changes they are bringing to animal welfare across the country. So, what is the mission of HWA India? At its core, the organization is focused on tackling the root cause of some of the cruelest practice inflicted upon the animals through human actions. Rather than simply responding to the symptoms of animal suffering, HWA takes what they call a system view, looking at the structures, industries, and behaviors that allow cruelty to persist in the first place. Their philosophy is built around addressing the most neglected issues affecting animals. They focus on where the largest number of individual animals are suffering. For example, while public attention often centers on larger animals, HWA also highlights the trillions of sea creatures killed for food and the billions of chickens trapped within modern food systems. They are also working to change the way society views the animals. Instead of seeing a chicken only as a food on a plate, they encourage people to recognize it as a living bird. Ultimately, their vision is future where animals, people, and the planet are all part of the same story of coexistence. HWA's achievements are rooted in institutional change. The organization believes that while individual choices are important, changing the policies of hospital, university, corporation, or government body can create significantly greater impact. One of their notable success was helping an educational institution transition just 20% of its meal to plant-based alternatives. While the percentage may seem small, this single change affected more than 550,000 meals every year. The organization has also worked with hospitality and FMCG companies to develop procurement policies that requires the use of cage-free eggs, helping improve welfare standards for millions of birds. Another important initiative is the Humane Entrepreneurship Program. This mentorship program supports startups that are developing alternatives to animal-based production systems, not only in food but also in material manufacturing and non-animal laboratory testing. Through HUP, entrepreneurs gain access to global experts, mentorship, and the resources needed to scale their innovations. To strengthen their advocacy efforts, HWA has also developed data-driven tools to help the institution understand the impact of their decision. By analyzing procurement data such as meat consumption or dairy purchases, these tools can estimate carbon emissions saved, water conserved, and animal lives spared. Despite these achievements, the work comes with significant challenges. One of the biggest obstacles is what HWA describes as the invisible suffering dividend. This refers to the additional profit that businesses can generate because animals are kept in conditions that reduce operational cost. Less space for birds means lower land cost. Separating calves from their mother allows more milk to be sold. Faster production cycles reduces overhead expenses. In many cases, animal suffering becomes financially embedded within the system itself. Another challenge is public perception. Many people believe factory farming does not exist in India and assume their food comes from small-scale traditional farming environments. However, the reality is very different. According to the organization, 98% of eggs in India comes from intensive confinement systems. The conversation around vegetarianism also presents unique challenges. In India, the term can sometimes carry social, cultural, and caste-related associations that may unintentionally alienate people who care deeply about animal welfare but do not identify with the label. HWA works to ensure that the message of compassion remains inclusive and accessible to everyone. The organization also encounters investor hesitation within the plant-based and alternative protein sectors, as some investors remain uncertain about the long-term market potential of these innovations. Beyond policy advocacy and institutional reform, HWA is a major force for change on the ground, particularly for the millions of street dogs that share India's cities and towns. Since 2013, the organization has successfully sterilized and vaccinated more than 400,000 dogs across the country. Their approach follows a scientific animal birth control framework, which focuses on sterilization and vaccination rather than ineffective mass removal or confinement. Their partnership with local authorities have delivered measurable results. In Dehradun, their efforts contributed to a 40% decline in the street dog population. In cities such as Mussoorie and Nainital, sterilization coverage exceeded 90%. In Lucknow and Vadodara, coverage rates surpassed 83%, reducing human-animal conflict and improving public safety. Their work also extended into legal advocacy. When proposal has emerged calling for the mass capture and permanent confinement of street dogs, HWA India has provided scientific evidence showing that removing vaccinated dogs can actually weaken rabies control efforts and disrupt established community dynamics. To support long-term management, they also use mobile technology to monitor dog population and guide data-driven decision makings. HWA also serves as a critical lifeline during natural disaster and emergencies. Since 2018, their disaster response team has assisted more than 250,000 animals, providing emergency veterinary care, food, water, and rescue services during floods, landslides, and other crises. During severe flooding in regions such as Wayanad and Punjab, the organization delivered emergency feed for stranded cattle and medical supplies for affected animals. Their work has earned recognition from organizations including the Red Cross Society. Their rescue effort even extended beyond national borders. In Nepal, they helped save hundreds of buffaloes and goats from the mass sacrifice events and successfully relocated them to permanent sanctuary homes. HWA's commitment extended far beyond domestic animals. The organization worked closely with rural communities to promote peaceful coexistence with wildlife, including elephants and snakes. Through education and awareness programs, they help prevent both human injuries and retaliatory harm to animals. To support these efforts, HWA launched a snakebite information app that provides species identification guidance, first aid information, and myth-busting resources. Their advocacy work has also contributed to major policy victories, including support for India's ban on animal testing for cosmetics. A major part of HWA's success comes from community engagement. The organization works with law enforcement agencies, schools, local governments, and volunteers to strengthen awareness around the animal welfare and responsible coexistence. Children are educated through creative learning experience, including large interactive board games that teach safe interaction with street dogs. Communities are trained on dog behavior, rabies prevention, and the importance of sterilization and vaccination programs. Whether they are helping pet owners access care, supporting local governments, or mentoring the entrepreneurs, HWA ensures that everyone has a role to play in building a more compassionate society. Before we continue, a quick note from us. If you're a part of an NGO or non-profit, we would like to introduce ZenDonor, a donor management platform designed to help organizations manage donors, track campaigns, and streamline fundraising activities. To support the non-profit community, we are currently offering 1 year of free access to ZenDonor. You can find the link in the description below. Now let's get back to HWA's work. HWA is working towards a future where business can no longer profit from suffering. Their vision is rooted in honesty and hope. Being honest about where our food comes from while remaining hopeful that society can reconnect with a deeper respect for animals. If their mission resonates with you, consider exploring their programs and initiatives. Whether your interest lies in wildlife conservation, street animal welfare, public policy, disaster response, or humane innovation, there are many ways to get involved. Whether you contribute your time, your skills, your voice, or your financial support, you become part of a larger movement dedicated to building a more humane world for all living beings.